What if I told you the ocean was once a road with no signs? Sailors hunted constellations like lifelines until a dark stone that remembered north rewired the globe. In a world of storms and silence, a tiny needle would choose destiny. Before compasses, the sea was a memory palace. Phoenician helmsmen fixed course by Polaris near a black horizon. Greeks timed passages to seasonal winds. One misread constellation and a fleet could grind onto rocks or drift for days into thirst. Across the Pacific, Polynesian wayfinders carried the sky in their minds. Fingers measured star paths. The swell's pulse revealed unseen reefs. Seabirds at dusk announced land. A double canoe became an observatory. One mistake could erase an island from hope. On the Arabian Sea, the monsoon ran like a clock with moods. Missed the window and a warehouse starved. Pilots read coral by watercolor, felt wind shifts on cheeks. The sea paid fortunes, or took them overnight with a single wrong turn into breakers. In Chinese mines, a black ore tugged at iron, lodestone. Artisans shaped a south-pointing spoon gliding on bronze, a ritual toy that hinted at a deeper law. Here was stone with direction, a memory etched by earth itself, patient and invisible. By the Song dynasty, mariners floated magnetized needles on water, taking bearings through fog. Scholar official Shen Kuo wrote of true meridians and a slant in the needle, magnetic deviation, quietly correcting the world's lines with careful ink and thought.
Knowledge rode the monsoon lanes. Arab pilots described rums and stars, and a magnetic needle housed in a small box to hold a bearing through night squalls. Poet-navigator Ahmed ibn Majid sang routes as geometry, binding Mombasa to Gujarat. In Europe, word spread. Around 1190, Alexander Neckham noted sailors rubbing a needle on lodestone and floating it to find the quarter of heaven. Wonder turned to routine, then to necessity, stitching ports together with unseen lines of trust. From Genoa and Majorca came portolan charts, coasts pricked with harbors, rum lines fanning like sunbursts. A pivoted dry compass married to a painted card and a lubber line turned bearings into ruler-straight tracks, shrinking risk mile by mile. Westward, caravels entered blue emptiness. Dead reckoning, speed by log line, course by compass, stacked guesses into a path no eye could see. Currents lied, winds shifted, and hour by hour, the arrow on the card was the only steady whisper. The needle drifts from the pole star. Murmurs rise. Has the stone betrayed them? Christopher Columbus calms the deck, blaming the star, not the needle, and sails on. Magnetic declination has entered the voyage, uninvited and unsettling. Variation gnawed at certainty. Pilots penciled the angle between needle and true north on margins, building a patchwork of local quirks. Compass roses sprouted twin norths. Courses were corrected in thought before ink could promise a straight line.
Down at the world's edge, Portuguese pilots faced iron seas. Off the Cape of Good Hope, a wrong bearing met the Agulhas current like a fist. The compass held a line when foam erased the horizon, letting oak and rope defy two meeting oceans. Gerardus Mercator stretched the globe onto a sheet where constant bearings became straight tracks. A helmsman could steer one heading and draw a clean line across oceans. Instruments sharpened, from crossstaff to sextant, pinning angles to sun and stars. Edmund Halley sailed to listen to Earth's magnet. In the wind-swept Atlantic, he traced curves where the needle leaned east or west. His charts turned whispers into contours, letting captains predict the compass's mood before fog closed and tempers rose. Time joined magnet and sky. John Harrison's sea clock kept noon from slipping, unlocking longitude. Tried across the ocean, his H4 let a captain fix position with sextant and compass together, angles and hours weaving a grid from moving water. Steel hulls bent the needle. Enter the gyrocompass, a spinning heart that finds true north beyond iron's pull. With radio beacons and radar, ships threaded black seas in war and weather, a steady lighted ring on the bridge refusing to drift. Today, container giants thread the Singapore Strait by electronics. GPS flows into ECAS charts. Autopilots sip corrections. AIS paints ghostly ships at dusk. Yet on the bridge, a binnacled compass still glows. Old North keeping watch beside new.
The story circles back. Stars taught courage. A stone gave direction. Time gave place. Satellites give reach. When power fails and screens go dark, a needle in oil still settles. The lingering question, what will we follow when the sky itself falls silent?